Hey, I'm out here at my buddy's ranch in Snyder, Texas for my study leave. This is lesson number 2 from the ranch. You can see I'm here on the Kawasaki mule he's got here by the ranch house. This is where I start my morning walks and my evening walks. And I've never encountered this before, but it goes with today's lesson. Today's second lesson from the ranch is no matter how far you go, temptation and trials are never far from your door. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. It is quiet, wonderful. It's very hot, but it's really how I like to study. It's great. I get up for my morning walk and he's got cows on his property, and I've never been out here before where they had a bull. And this bull has been staring me down. All the other cows, they'll come up to you because they want food, but the bull is always standoffish, and the longer I've been here, the more angry he's gotten. I've never had a bull stare me down and then swipe in the dirt, like letting me know it's me and him. And so I've filmed it here over a period. And finally, I just decided, how long is he gonna stay here and stare me down? And I don't have it on film, but he actually charged me. He's behind the fence in this footage. You can see the dirt sweeping up at him. He must have done that off and on for 5 to 10 minutes. And so I just have a snippet of it here. It just reminds me of the Old Testament adage, sin is always crouching at your door, prowling like a roaring lion. I'm paraphrasing from memory. And the idea is that trials and temptations, things that are not of God, are never far from us, even when we feel like we're far removed. What's your takeaway from lesson 1? Know the cost of following Jesus, and knowing that following Jesus has no guarantees of taking away trials and temptations and the notion of something not of God not being far from you. So our reality hasn't changed. Our perception changes. We're more aware that there are just things when we follow Jesus that are not of God. That's my big takeaway today. Know the cost was lesson 1. Number 2, sin and trials and temptations are never far from our door. And when we follow Jesus, we get a clearer look at those things that are not of God. If you look in the news today, you can just see so much that people value and find important to report in the news that are just, there's no value to reporting that. Christians are looking for the things of God, celebrating those things, and recognizing when we follow Jesus, there's a cost. We've got to make decisions for and against Christ. But there's never really a time when we're far from sin and trials and temptations. Something to think about from the ranch here as I continue my morning and evening walks. And candidly, I'm going to avoid the bull. He's making me a little bit nervous now. God bless. Dude.